224. I believe probably it's already in. The beauty of it is, and legal counsel can state accordingly, and that is that if we have a variance on file that's recorded, if they're not and it accidentally gets severed, it would be their responsibility.
Okay, make a motion to approve the variance for Frontier Communications install their cable in Stanley 224 with a stipulation it has to be at least 5 foot below the flow line of the public drain.
I'll second.
Okay, we have motion second regarding the variance, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, same thing goes, this is an open drain, this is the croft, this is right out, basically where the bridge is, just west of where you turn at Harold Emery's or Leatherman Construction's also back there. Very two familiar names for the concrete driveway. Going under the open drain, this is again this utility line from Frontier Communications. Stipulated that they be 5 foot below the flow line of regulated drain. That one obviously they're under, if they're there, we don't know how far under, but again, by having it recorded, and that's probably not gonna be as crucial because that drain can't change in elevation a tremendous amount anyway, but it's just safer that way, so same thing.
Okay, make a motion to approve the variance for Frontier Communications install their cable underneath the Croft ditch number 367 as long as it is at least 5 foot below the flow line of the regulated drain.
I'll second.
We have motion second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving back to stormwater, I apologize, I wasn't following down through it as closely. Not a lot, been very busy with Northeastern Center. They are getting their underground in now to resolve the issues between them and their joint venture, which would be the hotel to the east. They should have that pretty well squared away and graded properly this week, hopefully, and be able to get that ready for seeding. The other one is Deerfield. They have done an exceptional job went in there. I thought maybe there would be issues because I saw that they had pulled out. They got all the stuff that had been that had washed in when we had that deluge a week or two before. All that was cleaned out. The detention basin was stoned, everything ready to go. They've got it ready for base stone, and I would anticipate probably the contractor, the paving contractor will be in this week to put the stone down and put base down. I would assume, I have not talked to them, I would assume that probably they will not put the final coat down until next year because they have all the duplexes to build. Lansing is gonna be building those, and that way then any issues that develop as far as damage to the pavement will be resolved when they put the final pavement down. I received another confinement feed operation on Friday that I'm gonna get ready to review. Moving on, beaver trapping, oh, no, that's on down just a little bit. Beaver trapping, there's nothing new on that. Nothing new on minor repairs. I anticipate that possibly things could be coming in now that crops are coming off, but I'm not aware of anything at this point. But I anticipate in the next couple of weeks we'll have some. The last one is work crew. We have just south and west of Albion on a drain off of the cross system, working on that. We did have them hit the south complex for moving the health department offices all around, so the health department will take care of the financial responsibility of the crew that day. Otherwise, we have one crew. Still hoping for the second. I'm gonna reach out here very soon to Gordon Bowen and see where we're at on that. I know that the facility is pretty much up on numbers, and they are either fully staffed or almost fully staffed, so it sounds encouraging, but I'll know more after I talk with him. The other item is, have you received, or have you signed the?
No, I have not received anything.
And I would like to do that, get that done first. I think we need to have that contract signed before we pursue anything else.
If and when I get it, I'll have you double check it before I sign it.
That's fine, but, the only thing that was left is on the front, we had changed everything around so that it had the option for both crews. Each crew was 300 and some thousand over the length of the 4-year contract. On the front page, they never changed that to 300 and some, twice that number. And so I went back and asked for an edit on the front page so that we had clarity throughout the document. Gave it back to the powers to be in Indianapolis and assumed that now it would be ready for both parties to DocuSign. I think that's it, everybody.
We're back to stormwater.
Okay.
Denny confirmed that if you go through the IDEM document that you gave us, if it's an acre or less, no permit is required regarding that law. House Bill 1037. Okay,
We had put a moratorium on the ag and residential, that stuff.
but an acre or less, so we really need to make sure that we're not in violation of law, correct, Denny?
I'm not aware of anything that we're in violation of. Are you aware of something?
No.
Okay, I'm not aware of
So we
anything.
need to probably make sure that disturbing, so like this confined feeding, they're disturbing more than 43,000.
Confined feeding automatically disturbs more than 43,000. The size of their building constitutes that they're disturbing more than that. These buildings are about 60 feet wide and 560 feet long. So by the time you take the building, you take all the drives, you take everything, you're talking acres,
You're confident of that?
yes.
So I think we need to adopt a rule, because basically what it does, and guys, we can talk about this next time, but I'm tired of talking about this, because we got an
I don't understand what we're actually talking about.
we got a law that's been passed.
Are we in
And it's
violation
not-
of this law?
Well, our ordinances, because it says 10,000 square feet, guys, that's what it says. The law is 43,650 or something,
And when
so
the law, when
that
the-
invalidates our ordinance, but
Well, all it says is that you cannot apply the ordinance on anything that goes beyond 1037. That's what the law says. It doesn't make your ordinance invalid. It
well, I'm
just
not
says
here
that-
arguing with you anymore, I'm
Okay, I'm
telling
not
you.
either.
I think I'm gonna make a motion, just so everybody's on record, there is a law, Denny, there's a law, correct? And the law states in the law that if you disturb an acre or less, no permit is required, correct, Denny?
I think that's what it says, I don't have.
So, I make a motion that no permit is required for stormwater if we disturb an acre or less. That's my motion.
Okay, what are you gonna do about in communities when they are a part of a larger operation?
This is
such as
single, it's
Northeast
default.
Center?
You know what, I'm just telling you,
Okay, I
If you
think you
disturb
need to
one
clarify.
acre-
That's the issue though, when it's part of a big
Yes.
project.
it states, I mean, this
So you
is a
take the
single type of
Northeastern
project.
Center, it would be applicable that they are doing far
Well-
less than an acre,
And
but they're part of a larger project. That's going to be very typical in places like
honestly, we should
Kenville,
invalidate
Villa.
our entire storm, and for the life of me, I don't know why we would wanna continue this when IDEM will take care of this for you. I mean, to be very
Well,
simple.
I think you need to be responsible towards your regulated drains, and you need to be responsible
Understand.
for your municipal sewer
I'm
system.
just telling you, it's been going on for 2 years, it's just insane
It's
we got a
insane you're
law.
doing this, but
that everyone is ignoring.
you three
So
decide
guys,
what you
you've
wanna
read the
do.
law, have you not? Anita and Gary, you've read the law. If you disturb, and he's
I have quickly
confirmed
read
it.
it, I haven't researched it, how it applies to our ordinance, so I personally do not want to vote one way or another for something I don't
Well,
fully
the
understand.
issue is
Yeah.
we don't know how IDEM necessarily is going to apply it.
But
Yeah.
still, it's what makes
Because I know
it,
one of their statement was in one of the documents I saw is if it's less than an acre, but it's part of a big project,
That's
you're
different.
still required.
that's different. I mean, cause you take the whole project, it would be
I mean,
this.
it depends on what you say as far as your motion. If it's-
But you've got
if
a
it's pretty-
housing addition with a bunch of little small homes, yeah, those separately would not, but the entire complex would.
Would.
Understand that. But
Well,
on separate,
even
per
there's a,
IDEM's
even there's a part
regulations.
of that, that says that if it's part of a larger project, they
Understood.
have to, even if it's just
Right.
that lot.
but if this is a single project, it's very clear. This isn't my opinion, it's a law.
You know,
And you know what, we need to represent the law correctly and take care of the
you need to take
citizens
this up with your.
and not have an undue burden on the citizens. So what's the square foot of this, we can get to that later, I'm just, for the record, I'm gonna say we need to stop harassing our citizens. If they disturb less than 1 acre, per
You're
the law,
implying that someone, I don't know who, is harassing
per the
citizens.
law, if it's a single type of operation, a building, and it disturbs less than an acre, no permit is required. That is the law. Is that correct, Denny?
If you narrow it down that much, yeah.
So I make a motion, if it's a simple building, a single building, regardless of its definition of use, and it disturbs less than 1 acre, and disturb is defined in the law, then no permit is required from the county or the state. That's my motion. Denny agrees it is the law. And I think we have to follow the law, don't we? It's just how it has
It's the
to be.
law.
So I'm gonna make that motion, if you choose not
Really,
to.
you don't need a motion if it's a law.
I mean, it supersedes our ordinance anyhow, because that is what it says, so.
So we need to,
It's mute to do a motion.
well, that's
You
my.
can if you want to, just to have it on record.
Danny, what's the square foot of this building, this confined building, that you got? What are the consequences, Denny, if we normally enforce, we break the law, if we got a building that's less than,
We can get sued then.
if we have a building that's disturbs less than an acre, and we make them do all this extra work and find out it disturbs less than 1 acre, what's the consequences? We could get sued.
Mhm.
We could have to pay back everything these people have.
That's
Well,
up
to
to
give you
the
an idea,
judge.
that confined feed building would be 33,640, so that's 10,000
That's-
square feet less than an acre.
Yes,
So by the time you put the drive-through, you put the area around the building, and you do any earthwork to do it, because that's all included.
so tell me
You
how
are
far,
way beyond an acre.
okay, so you know what we maybe need to do then? Let's get who is this person?
I just
Well,
got
we
it
need-
Friday,
Well,
I know I got it, I filed
Here's the
it, I
scoop.
can't tell you.
on the 27th, could you email me the name of this person?
I will email the board, and tell you how many square feet are gonna be disturbed.
33,000 square feet.
No, you didn't hear me.
I understand the footprint of the building,
Sir, you're hearing what you want to hear,
Well, doesn't.
what the ordinance says.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue with Randy anymore.
Okay,
On the 27th, let's get this person in here and have him have a
I-
rebuttal
I-
possibly.
if it
But-
disturbs more than an acre, it falls within the ordinance. If
Understood.
the commissioners do not want to have the ordinance, that's fine. You three need to make a motion and say,
Do you
we
know how
don't want it.
simple this would be, you guys? It could just be a question of the
It doesn't
committee.
appear that you have the support of your
I
other
understand that,
commissioners.
but that's just the way, that's how it goes.
There you
This
go.
is called independent critical thinking.
Make the motion, if
Okay?
it gets a second, vote on it.
This could be so simple, we wouldn't have to deal with this. IDEM would. Just a little question on the permitting process. Are you gonna disturb more than an acre? If it's yes, then you gotta get a permit from IDEM.
That's why I have engineers and surveyors.
We need to, it's been 2 years, you've been, now the state has done something. I contacted Doug Miller, the guy that wrote the bill for Elkhart. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? I mean, we got a law, don't we have to follow the law?
All right. And,
I mean, that's what I'm about, man.
and I understand both sides of it, Gary, I fully do. But I hear what you're saying, and you're requoting the 33,000, this is the building, if this is what's being disturbed, and then you got Randy saying, here's the drive, here's the parking lot, here's this, it's all earthwork. Now disturbs more than 1 acre.
I get that.
Well, how do we determine it disturbs more than 1 acre?
Understood.
Well, without Randy going out there or the blueprint or the drawing, this is what it's gonna disturb, I don't know.
Well, we can come up with a
But
process,
that's where-
agreed.
But that's where some buddy out here wants to put a building in and says, oh, here's my square footage, I am not gonna do that. But when you look at the total big picture, he is over that.
I don't disagree with that, Gary.
Well, I
As long as
understand
it
that,
meets the
but
I don't know how
definition,
to make a motion that would cover,
well, it just covers whatever I do.
I have yet to hear anybody say where there has been a project that's in violation.
Okay,
I've had
just so,
implications made, but I have yet to hear anybody state, here is a project that I believe is in violation.
okay, so this project, you're gonna email me this person's name, I'll contact them.
No, I'm gonna email you the information, I'm gonna email it to the board and to the council.
That's fine. I just wanna make sure we're not breaking the law, guys, and you guys should be concerned about that as well. I understand construction, I understand the footprint, you disturb typically a little more in the footprint of the building.
On the confinement fee, it's usually a fair amount more.
Well,
Because it's
I
hard to
under-
find anywhere
I
that you can put a
understand.
560-foot building that has to be level.
I just wanna make sure that we're not more restricted to what the state is.
You want the ordinance gone, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, to me, it's so simple, I mean, as far as being
You want the
efficient
ordinance
and being productive, there's no sense when we have
In
another,
25 years, we have never had anybody that's wanted this ordinance gone as bad as you do.
well, I'm just telling you, it just makes sense.
As irresponsible as you,
No, that's an opinion, I'm talking about
the same
facts.
as yours.
No, hey, I'm not arguing with this man anymore, I'm just telling you, we got a bill, guys.
I think
We got a
we're
law.
done if you- I-
Hey, he should, I'm not done yet,
Oh,
okay? We need to get this taken care of, we aren't the only county, there are other counties that do not have a stormwater ordinance, I'm just saying, it's been a burden for our citizens, I've had people call me regarding this and the fee that it costs. And it's like, now there's an actual law that we need to abide by, and we just need to make sure we're doing it. That's enough, next, you send me that information, we'll get the people here who's got the new building, and we'll determine, as long as they're disturbing more than an acre, I'm in agreement. It would be different. But we need to make sure we're following the law, and my effort here is just to represent the citizens, okay? We expect them to follow the rules, we need to follow the rules. Alright, so. What?
It's the three of you.
If you disturb less than an acre on a single type of facility or building, we need to, I just can't believe this is so hard.
who determines if they're disturbing less than an acre or more than an acre?
Well, we have a,
Whose determination?
we have a building inspector, we have GIS, yeah, sure, I mean, if you wanna go out and do that, you can tell. No, there's other people,
Well, these
believe
are the
me,
ones that are responsible for it under the ordinance, so.
Right.
so then let's just
So he has to do.
let's adopt IDEM's rules. Can't be any more restrictive than them.
you just said earlier, we don't need a motion for that.
There's a statute that covers it, so.
Alright, then I'll withdraw that motion.
I mean,
You're saying that we are abiding by the
The
rules.
issue right now, IDEM has not come out with regulations on how that's to be specifically interpreted. But, I mean, as far as what you
That's
said with a single thing, yeah,
Yes.
less than an acre,
That's what I'm
it's
talking
clear.
about.
The problem is they haven't gone into what's multiple things.
Alright, you give me the information and I will talk to this gentleman. I just wanna make sure we're treating them fairly and not breaking the law, Randy. And setting us up for some type of liability.
I'll provide the information, Chairman, let him handle it how he sees appropriate.
So basically,
That's, I think. the
Basically-
appropriate way to handle it.
Our ordinance is null and void. It just says 10,000 square feet.
Just that part.
Alright, we'll get some
You got-
people
you
in
got-
here.
You got what, 100 pages?
Okay, so we need to get some
It's a lot more
other people in here and you just need to hear from some other people other than me then, eh? Okay, that's what we'll do.
I thought we put a
There is.
freeze on the moratorium until the end of next year.
Yeah, but it doesn't really need to be defined as,
I don't know
It's
what's
use.
going on at this point, I thought we were waiting until LTAP did their work so that we would be.
an acre or less.
So you could
No
determine
permit,
what's
okay.
going on.
We all agree here, an acre or less, because it's already a law, we don't need a motion. So an acre or less, no permitting on single type of buildings, correct? Okay. We're all in agreement. That's all I have.
Until the state, IDEM, LTAP all come up and clear up this confusion, you know, I'm, for one, not going down that path if it's, they can't even decide how it's supposed to be applied.
Especially when there's just too many opportunities for loopholes.
Well, I trust people. Okay, so.
I'll take an entertained motion to adjourn.
Also,
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Just a quick question. I got kind of